Welcome to the second episode of Android, Shadow of the Beanstalk. I'm your humble GM, the Speaker. Let's see here. Let's have Jackson tell us what happened last session.
All right. So, we started off last session by first getting introduced to each other, meeting at getting a message from the speaker, and then unknown entity who had summoned us all to do a delivery job. Once we all met each other, we all got into a truck that was well driven, to say the least. When we got attacked. After fighting off, we finally get to our destination, and then they checked the cargo. The cargo turned to have this little girl in it, and she was put up into another truck and carried away. And so we all went our separate ways to gather more information, I believe.
Or whatever it is that you guys wanted to do.
Yeah.
Good enough. Alright, so you guys once again find yourselves still in the city of New Angeles. Various districts, some of you in Base de Cambay, where you live, some of you in the Nihongai district where you live.
Yep.
So, all of you get a email over your pad from the speaker, congratulating you on a job well done. He had confirmation from the people that you guys ran the child with that they were very pleased with your guys' work, and they may have more work for you soon. However, he also iterates that he's not entirely sure of your skills quite yet. There was some security surveillance footage of one of your number being kicked out of the back of a truck and onto the road that he had to clean up. So, in the essence of furthered relations with other groups, he has another job for you. Not from a specific individual, but just to test your skills. He says that he will meet you that night at the Silver Mandrill in the Esmeraldas district. So, you guys have a few hours before then. What would you guys like to be doing?
I'm gonna go check on my bike.
Okay. Your bike has been repaired and is ready to ride.
Yeah.
As well as your biking leathers cleaned. And any special secure or protection equipment that you like to wear is also ready to go. All right. Lorelei.
I'm going to call Marcus to see if he found out anything about the woman or the men. And chew out the speaker, of course.
Okay, so you send a scathing email reply back to him?
Yes, like, if you knew the situation about me, why did you send me a
Okay, you don't receive a reply. He says something along the lines of, we'll talk whenever you actually meet up. As far as your contacts at the Emerald Dragon, they come back with a negative. They don't know. They recommend, if you have other contacts within the NAPD, you might be able to locate them via the pictures.
Marcus was police.
Oh, he is NAPD? He sends you to a very specific branch of NAPD. Because his job isn't necessarily investigations, his is a beat cop.
Alright.
And I guess I will be keeping in touch with Ben, my Crown Lord compadre.
Okay.
Seeing what I can find out, seeing what he knows about the little girl, because that's got me at least somewhat intrigued.
Okay. What sort of information are you trying to look up about the little girl?
If I could find like a serial number for that kind of bottle, or if I could get like any sort of intel on what kind of use something like her would have.
So you're assuming she's either a Bioroid or a clone?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a daunting computers check.
Okay, got it.
Unless you're wanting to go like out on the beat and just talk to people. If you want to go out and do that, you can do that too.
Let me do that. I probably have better luck with actually seeing if I can talk to people.
Okay, go ahead and give me a formidable streetwise check.
All right.
5 purple.
5 purple.
Yep.
Great. Street cutting. That's the one I didn't. All right. You said it's 5 purple?
It is 5 purple, yes.
Didn't think so.
I didn't even see a roll.
Successes.
I got.
Oh, there we
3
go. It just
failures.
showed up. Okay. Unfortunately, going out on the street, you have no idea. Nobody that you talk to, none of your contacts are coming back with anything about this little girl. Unfortunately, did you take pictures of this girl, or was that just Christina?
That was
That
just
was
me,
just
and I shared
Christina.
with
Okay, yeah, without pictures, unfortunately, too, they're not even able to, based off of your description, there's too many little girls that match that description.
But I shared the pictures with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the picture, it makes it
It's still-
marginally better, but it's still not anywhere near.
Gotcha. All right. What about my guy? What about Ben, Mr. Crime Lord, Buddy Boy?
Are you going to hit him up specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. So you head over to where Isaac lives in the Rabbit Gora district, specifically fairly near the blocks. The area has been seen better days, and you notice that several of the goons that your buddy normally has seem to be missing from the street. When you get to his residence, you find several of the toughs actually look kind of beat the shit up. Apparently your buddy's been in some sort of gang warfare.
You said where?
In the Rabbit Garod district, so down here.
Oh, gotcha.
When you enter, the toughs just let you in because they know who you are. You see others. You see the lieutenant, the right-hand man. He's sitting there nursing some wounds. And then you see your buddy just sitting on a couch with an ice bag. He looks up, and he kind of perks up. Jackson, my good friend, you've come back.
What's up, Ben? How you been, man?
I've been better. As you can see, and he takes the bag off, and he's got like the biggest black eye you've ever seen.
Oh fuck, dude.
Oh, you should see the guy that did this to me.
That's what I like to hear. I'm gonna give my handshake, the kind of slap handshake that people give each other.
Okay. And he's like, sit. Jorge, bring us some alcohol.
Hell yeah.
The good stuff.
You already know I come here for a good time.
So, you don't normally just swing on in for a visit. What brings you in?
Well, I pull out my pad. I was wondering if you can give me any information on something that looks like this. See, I had a job run by the guy named Speaker, right? I don't know if you heard him. He's kind of an enigma. But anyway, so I did a job with about like 5 other people, and I don't know, it was real weird. They were trying to send this cargo, and well, some guys attacked us, and we were able to fend them off. But when we got there, this little girl was in it, and I don't know if you've ever seen anything like this. I don't know if it's a clone or a bioroid or what, but it certainly ain't. I don't think it's a natural. I was just wondering if you can give me any information on it, like I know you can.
He takes the pad from you, kind of pulls it up to his one eye that's not covered in ice at the moment, looks at it closely, passes it back. Send me that image. It'll take me a few days, but I should be able to get something for you.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, my man. That's why I rely on you. That's why you're my boy.
Just remember, Jackson, this is going to be a favor you owe me now, because we're squared from the last one.
Yeah, I remember that. I got you.
All right.
I'm good on my word.
So you now owe a regular favor to your buddy. So
There's nothing new. And I'm just gonna remain there for a little bit, just do idle talk.
yeah, the usual stuff. Okay. Which leads us into Tyson.
Can I do that hack now?
Sure, you have to get to the building you're wanting. What kind of building are you looking at trying to do this with?
Well, I got a wireless connection with my portable rig, so.
Okay, so you're just going to do this. Well, tell me what kind of business you're wanting to hack into is what I'm saying.
Nothing like a super well-known bank or anything, but just something that looks like it would have like a Walmart.
You do know that Walmart is a mega corporation, right?
It is.
You'd be if you're wanting like low security, you're looking at like a mom and pop store.
Well, that's what I'm looking for, mom and pop.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for finally deciding for me. I was waiting
I'm
for
just
it.
well, and I'm curious. I wanted to know what kind of place you wanted to rob.
It was a small place, but then when you're like, I'm like, I don't know.
Well, is it a service business, a
John-
merchandise business, or a manufacturing?
Your business. You pick.
Okay, so you troll through the net. Eventually, you come across something that seems to be a fairly easy mark.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no, I hear the music.
Yep. Good. All right. So, I need you to roll me. Let's see. There it is. So I don't have this set up yet. Okay. So I need you to roll me a average access check.
Yay!
Okay, so, yeah, you managed to get into the network.
Okay.
Unfortunately for you, as you're kind of getting on, you get a whole bunch of, like, pop-ups for stuff that you've been trawling for throughout the net, like computer parts, stuff like that. And it slightly distracts you. So you're going to take two setbacks to any non-computer checks you make during the next turn, which means nothing, essentially. So, once you enter in, and I'm going to draw this out for you, so give me just a second while I get this. That's you accessing the system. You have a total of 7 different nodes that you can access or go for. You have door lock on this side, alarms to the building, cameras, sensitive business information, as well as business funds.
I'll probably go down business funds.
Okay. You also have partner information, which might give you some more funding that way. And you also have customer information, which will definitely give you stuff like credit cards and stuff like that. The equivalent of it.
And then I can access all right, so if I get the customer information, how would we run that? I'm just curious.
If you got the customer information, you could do it one of two ways. You could either run their credit, kind of like essentially you'd still the equivalent of credit cards, and then you would just create your own credit cards and run them until they found out.
Yes.
Or
It's not.
you could sell them to somebody else and make money that way. It's up to you how you want to run that.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's do customer credit cards.
All right, so.
We'll start there and see how we do.
Oh, crap, that's what I forgot to do. Damn it. Where's my images? All right, so as you access or head for the customer information, before you see this giant wall of ice appear. Go ahead and roll me the break ice check.
And I'm going to go deep on my BMI.
Okay, what does doing that help you do?
It gives me a free maneuver, which is very important.
Okay.
And I have a total of 6.
All right. As you go in, the barrier cracks, and then it just breaks away, revealing a whole slew of numbers. All of them individual customers, customer information.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and I'll download that into my system.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a die 100.
Okay. I know you exist.
All right. So, unfortunately, it appears that they take their customer information and delete it at the end of the day. So you only get 16 people's worth of information.
That's fine. I'm gonna try, since I got through there, I'm gonna switch over to the business funds while I have time.
Alrighty. So you're trying to access the business funds now?
Right. And by the way, my free maneuver was to make sure that my Crypsis did not get busted.
Okay. I don't know how you're going to prevent it with a maneuver, but okay.
No, it says I have to spin a maneuver after using a Crypsis, or else the Crypsis takes...
Oh, it gets damaged one step?
Right, so that's what the BMI is doing.
Oh, okay, got it. Copy.
The BMI otherwise I'll have to suffer 2 strain every time, and I don't want to do that.
Copy. Got it.
Alright, so let's do this one, and then, yeah, I don't want to bog down this game with this.
Okay, so, as you go to access this one, firewall right in front of you. Giant.
Alright, well, let's give it a try. That's why I have a portable rig. If this doesn't work, I can just up and go. At least I have the cards. So let's go ahead and I'll go and roll to break ice with that.
Okay, go for it.
I only got a 4.
Alright.
However, I can't remember what advantages do for me. I gotta look that up. Fuck. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, as you go to access the system, your avatar hits it and rebounds. Nothing else seems to happen.
Okay, I know what this is. Alright. We will go ahead and try again. I just didn't roll high enough. Can I use a story point to upgrade?
Sure. I don't see why not.
And let me see here. Okay, I'm going to set up a permanent back door here.
Okay.
With my 3 advantages.
Okay.
And I'm going to add 1 blue for my next computer's check. For the
Okay.
opportunity identified. So it's permanent backdoor. So now my system's action check should be an easy, correct? No, access system is at the beginning.
Access system is
Also-
at the beginning, yes.
All right, so I'll get a blue though on this roll.
Okay, go for it.
I got a 5.
Okay.
Probably
Again,
7.
your avatar goes forward and gets bumped back by the firewall.
All right, so last but not least, we will go to the PI, private. You know, the other.
The partner
the one in
information.
between.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. As you go forward into that one,
Mm-hmm.
you see what appears to be a hand on a wall that your avatar has to touch, and you push forward to touch it. Go ahead and roll break ice.
I got a 6.
As you touch it, the hand flashes green, and the wall just parts, revealing partner information. Go ahead and roll me a
Alright,
die
I'm down.
20.
All right, and then after we get done with
Or
that,
sorry, die 8. Give me one die 8. Okay, unfortunately, it seems like they do the same thing here. You get only one of their partners' information.
that's fine. And then I'm going to back out of the system, and I'm going to move myself away from my current location.
Okay, where are you at currently?
Apparently, I'm up here where I dropped that truck off.
Okay, so you're around that district. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna maneuver myself away from there and start hiding in shadows or whatever else. So I can move to maybe a train station or something without really be seeing you. Only roll stealth.
Nah, you're fine.
Okay.
Most people aren't really looking for you, and you don't seem to be followed.
All right. While I'm moving, I would like to use those cards and see if I can't come up with 1,000 credits between those cards.
Okay. Are you just trying to siphon the funds off into a private account, or are you trying to actually buy like product and stuff with it?
I'm gonna siphon it off to a private account, and then I'm gonna use that account to buy an icebreaker. That's 600 credits.
Okay.
And
Go
then
ahead
I
and
would
roll
like
me
an extra
a.
400.
Go ahead and roll me a. For this one, go ahead and roll me an average computers check. Or no, give me an average computers hacking check, because you're trying to do this stealthily. Okay, yeah, you seem to get some decent money out of it. You actually come away with 1,100 credits worth of credits.
Ooh.
Nice
Okay.
job.
And then that's all I'm gonna do. I'm done. I'm gonna start moving my way to meet up with everyone else.
Alrighty. Is there anything specific any of you guys would like to be doing at this moment? Or do you guys want to head for
I do
the...
want to get the icebreaker before I get there and download it.
Head to where we're meeting. Do Silver Mandrel.
Let's see. I think I have a happy patch on me. Is there any, or at least see, can I sell someone? Can I con someone out of something?
What are you trying to con?
Let me just out of inventory. I think we got. All right. What are happy patches and slap patches again? Slap patches are health, kind of, right?
As far as I know, yes.
All right. And happy patches are what?
Drugs.
Yeah, probably.
All right. I'll see if anyone wants to sell. I will see if anyone wants to buy a happy patch from their friendly neighborhood
dealer now?
Jackson. Huh?
Drug dealer now.
I mean, a con artist, something. Can I find something on the ground that looks somewhat interesting?
Like what?
I just look for anything shiny. People love shiny shit, dude.
Okay, so you find what appears to be an old, like a really old washer that it's still somehow shiny thanks to like the rain or something like that, but it's legitimately a washer.
So Jimmy Washer. All right. Can I paint it? Do I have to roll for anything to paint it? Like change the color of it? What color is it?
It's silver.
Silver.
Yep.
Okay. Can I add some like red highlights to it? Some kind of chromatic red kind of thing.
Yeah, you'd spend some time. I'm assuming you're doing this on the way to somewhere, or are you going to try and sell this thing here in the Rabotgarad district?
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it with me because ain't no one here is gonna sell it. I'm not gonna do that to my good buddy Ben's territory.
Okay. So en route to your next location, so go ahead and move yourself to wherever it is you're going to do this.
Let's see. The Hongai sounds like they probably got some. Nah, it's a university there. I was gonna buy that shit.
Are you kidding me?
Ruthford.
Okay, so you get on the tram headed for Rutherford District. Along the way, you change this washer from just plain silver to red highlights. Anything specific you're trying to make it look like, or
Some kind of device. Something that looks like it could be anything. Like some, it could. I wanted to look similar enough to anything that people would go, "Oh, is that a thing?" And it's just like, yes, that is a thing. It's a new thing, in fact.
Okay.
Brand new model.
All right, so you paint it up, make it look kind of digital and like it has like little wiring. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand or a skullduggery check to see how well you do this. It's going to be a average check
Average skullduggery.
or coordination. I'll let you use either or.
All right, I'll use coordination because I'm better.
Okay.
You said average is 2 purple?
2 purple,
Yes.
yes. Okay. Yeah, you paint this thing up and it looks remarkably like a lot of different things. Part of the problem that you're going to have, though, is it's a lot smaller than a lot of the new stuff. So if you get a savvy person, they're going to know.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right. I could think of something. Okay. All right.
All right, so you get off at Rutherford, down in downtown, and you see unlimited amount of people to choose from. You see people in business suits, you see people running in jogging suits, you see little kids, you see bigger kids. I mean, there's a whole gambit here. You have your pick.
Let's see.
Hell, you even see a couple of homeless that have kind of snuck up from the slums or from
getting
the
any homeless.
undercity.
Let's see. Is anyone window shopping nearby? Something who looks like they're
Gross.
like trying to find something.
Yeah, you see a couple of ladies shopping, like window shopping as they walk. They're stopping in front of like the jewelry
kids.
areas and stuff, like ogling the jewelry. You see a couple of people that are like a guy and his wife are apparently shopping at a window shopping at like a computer store and some of that stuff.
Yeah, I'll talk to the people at the computer store.
Go for it. Talk to them.
No, I'm good.
Where's
Hey, when you had it open, it didn't bother me neither, honey.
how big is the washer?
It's literally like a washer that you can buy at like Home Depot.
Okay, so is it a washer or a washing machine?
It's a washer.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. All right. So I approached people. Hi there.
Hello.
Looks like you're in the market for a new technological item, right?
How did you know?
You're standing right in front of a.
Oh, my bad. Yes, we are. And who might you be?
You can call me Jackson. Jackson Manny.
Nice to meet you, Jackson.
Now you just caught me right as I was about to walk into work here, but what are you interested in? What kind of thing you're looking for?
We're looking for a computer that's not going to be necessarily too expensive, but we need something that will at least allow us to get on the internet and shop and check our mail occasionally. Something that we can keep at home. The pads are nice for travel, but they're not very good for just when we're at home.
Okay. Do you have anything at home, or is this your first computer?
We do have kind of an ancient computer. The thing, I swear, runs on gerbil power.
Okay. Do you happen to know the make and model for it? Because I do have something that could actually help it to make it about as good as the computers we have in here for much less.
Really?
Yeah.
And what would that be?
Give me one. Wait. Pause. I gotta think. I forgot. I need a name. I completely blanked on the name.
They're starting to look disinterested.
Hold on. No, this is the 7.
I know, I'm giving you time. You got to think
Yeah,
quicker than that.
It's called an N card.
An N card.
GT90.
N card
GT90,
GT90. Huh.
Yeah. Hold it in my hand. You see, this thing will plug in. This thing will screw onto your motherboard, right? And it will help boost some of the power by putting some of the RAM through this. It'll help cycle it and get rid of stuff you don't need.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a deception check. This is going to be an easy check.
Easy, that's what I need to hear. Alright, it's a deception. It's yellow. In one.
Really? And the gentleman looks really interested. The lady less so, but she's just more bored looking than she is like skeptical. He begins kind of giving you questions along the lines of essentially how fast would it make my computer if I wanted to say play the online MMORPG Dragon's Tales or some of that stuff.
Oh, Dragon's Tales, huh? I used to play that game early in the beta. It is a lot of fun, yeah?
Fantastic game.
Let's see. I have one in my computer. Before I only got about 60 frames. With this though, I plugged it in. I got at least easily 120. Basically, yeah, you just find a place that it'll fit. If you need to, you might need to get a new a screw for it. But if you're able to get it plugged in there, you should be able to. It'll get it done. Yeah.
Okay, how much for it?
Let's see. In there, you'll probably find. Let's see. I'll sell it to you for 250 credits.
Go ahead and roll a negotiation check. He's like, oh, that's a little too pricey. So go ahead and roll me an average negotiation check.
You always got to start higher than your buying price.
Yep.
Green and average. Okay. Alright. Well, you seem like an honest looking person. I'll sell it to you for about 100.
That's still a little high. Go ahead and roll me a easy negotiation check now.
Okay. Heck yeah.
All right. You wore me down. I'll pay you 100 credits for it.
Smart man over here. I look at his. I'm assuming his wife.
Yep.
Smart man right here.
That's why I married him, and she kind of pats him on the arm.
Aw.
So he pulls out his pad and he brings it up so that he can make the transaction with you, which requires you to use your pad as well.
All right. Do that.
Once you bring it up, you see your funds go up by 100 credits. His drops down by 100, and you hand him the the new device.
Wow.
N-Card GT90.
Yep, the N-Card GT90.
First of its kind. And the last. So I shake his hand and walk in the store and wait for them to leave.
All right, so they peruse a little longer, and then they eventually head home. Okay.
Go.
And then what are you doing after that? It's starting to get
Yeah,
later on in the evening for you, close to the time you need to meet up with Speaker if you want to see about his new proposition.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to see the speaker then.
Okay, so go ahead and move over to where Christina's at, because that's where roughly it'll be.
Yep.
Wrong way. There you go.
Yep.
All right, so Gits, are you ready to head to, or are you wanting to do more?
Can you? Oh wait. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can. I thought I was muted. Yeah, I moved there. I thought I already said that. I didn't realize where it was at. So yeah, I'm moving
Okay, she's up in the Esmeraldas
scrolling.
district.
there. I'm scrolling.
There you go. All right, and Damatea, is there anything special you would like to do?
Be right back.
Carolina.
Yeah. So I just noticed I haven't been paying attention to one of my good friends. So I'm gonna see if I can meet up with Nyalia.
Okay. So you head to her place. She has her residence actually not too far from yours in Basti Kayambi. When you knock, you hear a ding that you usually hear, and the door just automatically opens. Where you see her place is, as usual, completely and utterly trashed. There is wrappers from food all over, half-eaten pizza boxes. Just half-eaten pizza in the box, not actually eating the pizza boxes. You swear at some point you saw a rat run away, and then you find her in the pièce de résistance, her computer room. Which, ironically, out of the whole house, is completely devoid of trash and clutter. It is almost like...
My house.
Like,
no.
well, it's like she essentially
This is the only
is...
thing she cares about.
Yeah, literally the only thing she cares about. Her computer, you see 6 screens. Some of them is tracking like financial information. Some of it is tracking like the news. Some of it is it's just kind of all over the place what she has. One of them, she looks like she's programming something.
Well, you seem to have your hands full right now.
So. She kind of types in a few things, turns around. So, what can I do you for?
Just dropping in, trying to make sure that you're still alive.
Well, I haven't keeled over yet.
You get any real food deliveries, not the pizza?
What day is it?
Thursday.
She starts counting on her fingers. Not since Friday 2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh. Never
I'll
say
see
that.
some credits. I'll shop for you later today. I might have a job.
Needing any help?
I'm meeting up at the Silver Mandrill as well. You know how he is over there. I'll be fine at the club. I don't think I'll need anything, but if I do, I'll see about catching up with you, I suppose.
Well, you got my number, girl. And she does, puts her fist out for you to bump.
I bumped the fist.
Bump the fist.
So.
Why did I feel Carolina cringe? I felt her cringe.
So.
But I did not.
Oh,
It was a phantom cringe.
it was.
So. Anyway, at that point, she kind of swings back around, starts typing. But kind of keeps glancing over her shoulder just to make sure you haven't left or have left.
By the way, when I get back, we're cleaning this place.
But, Mom...
You're gonna die if this touches your food.
Fair enough. Alright, Shu, go to your job. If you need me, you got my number.
Yep. I'll move on.
With that, as you kind of start to leave, you see like this little Roomba-esque like drone that is like trying to pick up some of the dust and stuff, but it got kind of stuck in like this giant wad of gum, and it just can't move.
I'm gonna see if I can like nudge it out of the gunk.
Okay, you do, and it starts to sweep up the place a little bit. And after like
Okay.
30 seconds, you hear it go ding as it gets full, and it starts trying to head for the waste recycler, which is completely buried in trash.
Little guy, you're her only hope. I
That poor drone. Viva drone revolution! Eh?
That poor Jones got so much cut out for him.
Anyway, so you head out, you hop on your bike, and what are you doing now?
taking off to the silver mandrel.
All right. So you guys all arrive roughly the same time at the Silver Mandrel. At this point, it has started to turn dark, and you guys are greeted by a fairly extensive line, which you don't see here because I'm not putting that many NPC tokens on. The bouncer, recognizing Damatea, kind of nods at you to allow you to go in. What do the rest of you guys do?
I just look at a few credits and go, I'm here to see the speaker.
He passes them back. I'm sorry, you're not bribing your way into the club. I need IDs.
Fine, I'll hand you my ID.
I'll hand him mine as well.
Okay, so you guys pull up your pads and you flash your IDs. He looks over to the pink-haired one. You too, little one. I'm gonna need your ID too.
Well, is that really necessary? I just don't think it's necessary that I give you my ID. I'm here on important business, so why don't you just go ahead and let me pass? Before things get ugly.
Go ahead and roll a coercion check. This is gonna be a hard coercion check, so 3 purples.
Alright, sounds good. Did my voice change like it was supposed to?
No.
No,
You changed your voice, but the thing didn't kick in.
Oh, it didn't?
Nope.
Wait, what thing?
Fucker.
Wait, do you have like a soundboard manipulator kind of thing?
He'll show you here in a second if he can figure it out.
Bro.
It should have worked, fucker. I know.
The right button. All right, is it working now?
There you go.
Ah!
Yeah. So now we got this.
Alright, now I should be back to normal voice.
Yes, I would just leave that on there, boss.
correct? No. I want to differentiate between out of character and in character.
Okay,
I
good
didn't
enough.
realize I actually have to have it highlighted for it to work.
Okay, well, now you do.
Alright, so let me go ahead and roll me a coercion check, right? Oh,
Yep,
God,
this is
fuck
going to
you,
be a hard coercion.
Fucker. No, it's Will. Can I use skullduggery again?
Do you want to just, like, leave and try and find a door to pick?
Oh, that's true. That is what it is.
That's why I was
Alright,
like,
I'll try.
Okay.
Can I use a story point for this?
Yes, you may.
You said hard?
Hard.
Oh, so fuck. Come on. Roll me nothing but empty dice. I knew that. Alright. I did not get anything.
Okay, there we go. Apparently you can only use one at a time. That's stupid.
Oh.
How many
And
short points have
oops.
we used? 2?
2 so
Oh,
far,
yeah.
yeah. You guys have used 2 so far.
Who used the other one?
I haven't used it.
The third one is mine. Because it starts off with 1 GM story point, and then the rest are player story points. And then it just flips over to mine.
Who
Okay,
used one other than me?
you used both of them. You've used 2 of them.
No. The
No,
one
you
earlier,
don't.
I didn't add it to my roll.
You declared you used it, so too bad. It happened.
Oh. Alright. Well, I don't want to use all of
We'll
it.
get it back.
So,
Alright, so unfortunately, he looks at you, he snorts. If you're not 21, beat it.
I pull out my fake ID.
Okay.
Did my voice work that time?
Yes, it
Yes.
worked that time.
Amazing. I love that.
Alright,
Well,
so you,
fine, here's my ID if you want to be such a prick about it.
okay.
Honestly,
Go ahead and roll me a deception check. This one is also going to be hard.
fuck my life.
can I at leave. I would have. I mean,
He kind of looks at it. He looks at you, looks at it. And then you just hear some people over in the line next to him. God damn it! Just let the fucking let the person in. We want to go in too. And like everybody starts bouncing off of that. Come on, let him in. And he passes you back, and he turns, and he glares at the people, and you guys are allowed in.
Go in.
I flick my
I'd like
hair
to-
as I walk by, and I go,
I'll chat with you later.
I'd like to lean in to her and tell her something.
Okay.
You know, I could have just talked my way in, right? I could have just gotten you in.
I don't know you, so fuck off.
Fuck
sorry,
you. too.
Isaac, it's my character. My character doesn't trust you yet.
That's fine.
All right.
Fuck you too.
With that, you guys head inside, where the lady behind the desk kind of nods at you, motions you guys over, and she stamps your guys' hands to show that you've been admitted in. You see a pricing on the side to enter the club, but she seems to know Damatea already, and so she's like, your whole party, go on in.
Yep. What took y'all so long?
Don't want to get in.
I got stuck at the door. You know, my amazing good looks.
Right.
Totally, yes.
Right.
As you guys enter into the main area, the first thing you're hit with is just the lights. Like, there are strobe lights moving all around. You see bodies dancing. There's a faint smell of sweat on the air, but not very heavy, just because people have been partying for a while. You smell booze.
This is
It's
club scene.
it's partly dark. It's kind of darkish, not so dark you can't see your way around, but it is dark enough that you can't necessarily see everything. In behind this area here, you see what appears to be a DJ. Over here, this guy is controlling like the lights and stuff and getting them to swivel. Both of them seem semi-bored with the evening. It doesn't look as busy, Damatea, as you've seen it before. But it is early on in the week, and it's early on in the night, so this will probably pick up later on.
And it's not payday yet.
That too.
Alright, I'm gonna look around for our contact.
Alright, so you enter into the club. Again, same thing you see.
Again, I'm gonna look around for the contact.
He's in here. You can find him. You just have to look.
I'm gonna go to the bar.
Alright, so you head up to the bar, which also kind of deals, which is also kind of where the light guy is. So, what do you have?
The usual.
Fair enough. And he passes you your drink. And how about you?
Whatever she's having. Never
Fif-
been here before.
15 credits.
Fair enough.
Or do you want me to open a tab?
No, I'm gonna limit myself tonight. Never been here before. Just take the drink, please.
Okay. He passes it to you after you pay 15 credits. And he looks down at you. And aren't you a little young here, sweetheart, to be inside this bar or inside the club?
Well, I appreciate you commenting on my good looks. That's very kind of you. You know, lotion these days and certain plastic surgeries have gone a long way to get my drift.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I want-
Bruce
I want
would
the strongest drink.
strongest. All right.
Strongest water you have.
Yeah.
He kind of looks at you and chuckles. Oh, don't worry, I've got the perfect drink for this one. And you see him go behind the bar and he starts like mixing something. And when he pops it out, it looks like a rainbow. There you go. The rainbow slide splitter.
My
that'll-
favorite. You don't know how many times I've had this.
That'll be 30 credits.
All right, so I'm gonna turn, and on the dance floor, is there any rich people around?
It's hard to
Anyone
tell
else
from
that
the
are a
dance
little
club
off?
scene.
Anyone who's drinking a lot. Usually they dance
Again,
with the drink in their hand.
you see a few people doing that.
I turn to one of the dudes that are dancing. I go,
I'm with that one over there. You can put it on his tab.
He kind of looks over. Go ahead and roll a charm check.
charm or deception?
Well, we'll go with deception. It's going to be a easy check.
Okay. Oh, he's serious.
He kind of looks at you,
Wow.
and he essentially on the table or on the next to the area where he's at, you see like a little display of this guy pop up, and he's like, "Hey, are you here with this lady?" He kind of looks over at you a moment.
Wait. Does he actually look at me?
Yeah, he's looking directly at you.
All right, I'm gonna make a motion. I'll suck him off later. With one hand in my mouth and spread my legs wide. Sorry, if anyone is a gross by this, just let me know. I will not do it again.
All right, so we have our first prostitution night. Got it. Or prostitution offer. He looks at you. He's like, "Eh," and he like nods, and you can't hear what he says over the music, but the guy's like, "Fair enough. All right, here's your drink."
Thank you much. How big is it?
The drink itself comes in roughly like a picture a shot glass, but twice the size.
I shoot it in one drink, pound it down, and go, I need a refill.
Didn't go through.
I need a refill.
Passes you another one.
I drink this one slower and I'll go dance with that individual until I see the contact while I'm dancing with this guy who just paid for my 2 drinks.
All right. So you go over there. What about the two of you that just got your drinks?
Well, I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna try it.
Damatea, you tell me. What's your usual?
Moscow Mule.
There you go. That's exactly what it is.
It is.
Don't worry, I haven't drank very much either. I don't know what a Moscow Mule is either.
Well, I guess I'll drink. I don't know what kind of drink it is. If it's a
Oh,
sipping drink.
never mind. I know exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not it's kind of a sipping drink, but not really. Like
No.
you get like enough in your mouth. It's like a chug sip. Would be the best way I could describe it.
Okay.
A hearty sip.
Yeah,
Alright,
there
I'll
you go.
take a hearty sip.
All right, as you do, the very bitter burn of vodka
Ooh.
graces your tongue. Luckily, the spicy ginger beer that's included kind of numbs it down just enough where you don't have to have salt to actually make it drinkable. The lime that they threw inside, or the lime they threw inside too, seems to help.
Nice.
So
Jackson portrays a few different emotions. It's immediate just confusion, then like somewhat disgust, then just compliance. He's like, okay, this is good. All right, I like this. This is okay.
All right, so Lorelai, you happen to find the speaker pretty much easily because you go straight around the room looking for him. You see him just kind of sitting back, and he's got a hold on. All right, so you see him drinking what appears to be a lychee martini, and he's just kind of sipping on it gingerly.
I sit down in front of him.
Okay, which means you sit down right there.
Mm-hmm.
He nods at you, snaps his fingers, and out of the table, essentially this little holographic head appears. Hello, love. What'll you be drinking?
Nothing at the moment, but thank you.
Suit yourself. Looks back to the speaker. How about you? You good? Gives a thumbs up and continues sipping on his lychee martini. Alright. So, anything specific you wanted to do, or are you just sitting in front of him?
I'm glaring at him, being all kind of pissed, like, did he know or not, you know?
He kind of looks at you. You might as well spit it out.
Did you know? Did
Know
you know
what?
Did you know there was a woman in that box?
You mean a child? No, I did not know.
She is abused.
It's hard to say with her coming out of a box.
I saw the marks on her. I know the marks.
He just kind of gives you kind of like this almost like Daisy grin. Like, I wouldn't be so sure about that, but
You don't believe me? Like I don't know the marks?
oh, I believe you. I just don't believe that you saw the marks on the child. I
I
have
was-
surveillance in that area, and
I
there
was
were no
looking
marks
for
on that child. He
I was
looks,
looking for-
and there aren't any marks of abuse on this child, outside of
There
being
are
bumped
marks.
around in a crate.
I'll show him the marks around the neck.
Okay, he kind of looks at it. No, that's definitely not abuse marks. And
It is.
you see on your pad actually starts to blow up the image. As you look at it, Christina, it does not look like bruising.
Okay.
It looks almost like tattooing, not bruising.
Okay.
After he kind of sat forward a little bit and had set the drink down, he leans back, puts his heels up on the table, and he continues to sip.
Still, cargo should not be people at all.
Welcome to New Angeles, there, love. Clones, people, bioroids. If you have the money, you can find it here.
I know. I know.
Are you sure you're in the right line of work? You seem overly zealous about this.
Let's just say you know my past.
I do. And are you
You
sure
know
you
what?
want to be in this work? Because this work will chew you up, and it will spit you back out.
I know.
Fair enough. As long as you continue to provide results, you'll find work.
Did I turn her in? Did I trade her? Did I stop the transaction?
I'm not saying you're not smart, doll. I'm saying you're passionate. There is a difference.
Oh, you're a doll. Sorry.
Smack
That's
the
slightly
fly away.
unnerving.
Smack the fly away.
Alright, well, Jackson is gonna come join.
Okay, so you start meandering over with your Moscow mule. Damate, are you going with him, or are you just kind of chilling at the bar for a second?
I'm gonna hop down and sit on this couch.
Okay.
Ah,
All right, so as you go, you just see Damate boop, over the back of the couch and sit. The speaker kind of nods to you too, and continues to sip his drink. Gits, as you're dancing with this guy, go ahead and roll me a hard resilience check.
Wait, hold up. Wait, you do.
I do know. I am well aware.
Okay.
Roll the check.
All right. Okay. I was gonna. Okay.
This
Hard,
could be
you
fun.
said.
Yep, hard.
Oh, wrong dice. Fuck. Oh.
Oh, never mind. You don't have to roll. Sorry, I just read the thing again.
Either way,
Okay.
he got success.
Yep. All right, so you
Wait,
continue to drink it.
Wait, hold up. When I walk up, I'm gonna just chug that thing. I don't care.
Okay.
When I walk up to the table, I'm gonna be a little bit late coming to the table now.
I
When I
haven't
walk
described
up,
what
I'm
you're
wa-
doing with the guy yet, boss. Just to let you know. You're dancing with him.
I had a cool.
Don't worry,
cool
you get
idea,
it. You
but
can
oh
do the
well.
thing. You can do the thing. It's just you're gonna dance with the guy first, unless you want the other guy to be suspicious.
No, I dance with him.
Okay. He gets a little handsy.
That's fine. I'm used to it.
Okay. After a minute, he orders another round of drinks. One for you as well. The drinks come. He starts drinking, pounding his down a little bit faster. Continues to dance, and then he just kind of has to sit down as the room starts to spin for him. At that point, you now head over towards the rest.
Hold up now. I lean in close, okay?
Okay.
Hey, partner. Why don't you wait here for me and I'll be back?
Sounds good.
And
I'm gonna turn around and strut over to the table. And as I walk up to the table, I'm gonna wipe my lips.
Okay.
Oh, ghost. You
I really
got
didn't
him.
want to roleplay. I did not want to roleplay it out. But yes.
You say, but yes, so you.
Yes. So
There's
yes.
there's a lot of places in a club you can do that thing. I'm a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
coming to the table.
All right.
Okay.
I didn't want to roleplay it out, but I wanted to do it before.
Okay. With that, the
The
speaker
only
kind
one-
of points
the
to
only my
the
background who would understand.
yeah. The speaker kind of points to the other guy that's sitting there that's not part of this group, and he just makes a flicking motion with his finger like leave. The guy kind of looks confused a second. The speaker then kind of reaches into his coat, and the guy's like, "Up, I'm out of here," and he just gets up and he just darts away to the dance floor where he sits, kind of half eyeing you guys, like back and forth type deal.
Give him a glare.
He pulls out a pad. I don't know why he was so worried. It's not like I was gonna shoot him.
You probably would have.
Maybe.
Eh.
I would have been with you on it. He deserved it.
Anyway, so good job on the last one. Now it's time for you guys to show what you're made of. Your friend, the Tony unit, kind of almost got you guys on the news. Not a good thing.
No.
So, you're lucky that I was monitoring. This time, there can't be a screw-up like that. If you guys want further work from me, you need to prove it.
Agreed. Our Tony unit's not with us today anyway, as you can see. It's just us.
Well, lucky you, you also get some time to plan out how you want to do this.
Yeah, a little bit rushed. I think we did pretty good considering.
Just be more cognizant of cameras next time.
Unless we can have somebody hack into the cameras to make sure they don't work anymore along our path.
Again, be cognizant of cameras.
Yeah, if everything wasn't blocked by a sentinel.
You just happened into the wrong kind of cameras. Police cameras are a little more finicky than city cameras.
Street cameras are not probably as watched by the police.
Technically, none of them are watched by the police. Technically, they're watched by the company who made them and who runs the internet. If you don't know who I'm talking about, what rock have you been living under?
I've been on drugs for a
Let me
month.
mute myself before you say something like that again.
Anyway, so this next job is for you. Freebie for getting me into some more lucrative business, will we say. A reward for you. since I've already received mine. There's a shipment that might interest you. And he kind of pulls up his pad. And again, you guys see the flickering on your pads as the internet signal dies. And he essentially flicks his finger each of your ways with this. And on it you see a fairly standard delivery truck. Hover truck, by the way. Not just, or hover. It's a hover hopper, essentially, that delivers product around the city. Something that you see every day. Nothing big. This one, however, is coming out with the latest in pad technology. We're talking, ladies and gentlemen. He nods to the lone gentleman, Jackson, when he says this.
No.
Yeah, I forgot he is the only guy. Tough life for you, buddy.
Right?
We're
I
talking.
I look around and like, oh fuck.
he just nods, and we're looking at in excess of roughly 10, 15, maybe even 20,000 credits worth of pads, blank pads.
I see.
If I could get my hands on it. There's a lot of people who'd be willing to pay for an empty pan.
Yes, there are, which is why this is your reward and test.
Interesting.
Excuse me, sorry.
So, and he shows you essentially the route it's going to take as he talks. Heading from the Manta district all the way to Rutherford. That is your window of opportunity. As this truck is a hover or a hopper, that means that you're going to have to be in the air. This isn't going to be like your ground truck mission that you just finished. The other side effect, and he shows you kind of a picture of the driver's cab. These things are driven by Tenma clone units. Some of the best drivers in the clone industry. What that means for you. That means that Jinteki has a vested interest in this cargo shipment, however small that vested interest may be, in making it to its destination. Which also means they are probably keeping tabs on the truck. Not to mention the company that's getting it. Which, according to my sources, may or may not be Wayland Consortium, ultimately, that is getting these pads. Now, your job, I'm assuming, if you want the reward and further business from me, is to get these pads without alerting the authorities that you're stealing this.
Huh.
Now, here's the kicker. This route does not allow the truck to stop for a pit stop. Unfortunately, it's just short enough that this truck can go from point A to B without refueling. It'll need refueling at the end or the back, but it shouldn't need refueling. And he kind of looks over at you. You were saying something, Damatea?
You might be able to make that trip without refueling. That's only so long as the fuel tanks last.
That is true. The unfortunate bit, and I kind of like where you're thinking, the unfortunate bit is that they monitor the vehicle's fuel as well. And this route is very, very popular because very often they don't have to refuel. Essentially, they can make this run roughly twice without having to refuel, depending on what's in the truck. Some pads, they could probably make it 2, maybe 3 times easy. If they've got heavier stuff in it, it might make it once. Kind of depends. So, I'm open to questions if you have any.
When is the shipment leaving?
Good question. And he pulls up some time slots for the shipments. The next shipment, which is the one that you're looking at, and he pulls up a fairly rudimentary shipping details. Unfortunately, you won't get official shipping details till the day of. But it roughly puts down 20,000 credits worth of blank pads going out in about 3 days.
So we have about 3 days to plan.
Essentially, you have exactly 3 days to plan. Generally, the time slots are not negotiable. It's the stuff on the truck that is. So, and it gives you a time that the truck will leave and when it's supposed to arrive at its destination. Essentially, it gives you guys roughly, once you hit the truck and get aboard, it gives you roughly 45 minutes to an hour and a half to offload this truck.
Are there cameras on the trucks?
There are, but no more than you would see on any other hopper. It is used only for the autopilot system.
Hack the autopilot.
That is one option.
Yeah, we
We
can
have to complete-
hack the stoplights. Wait, hold up, sorry.
We can hack the stoplights. We can hack the driver. We can also go in and try to be the driver, or say the truck needs maintenance, and we disguise ourselves. We can blow out the tires with road things to make it slow down. Or
Well,
just,
hover
yeah,
vehicle.
blow up the
It's a hover
yeah,
vehicle.
It's in the air.
Yeah, blow out the hopper so it gets out of the air, so all maintenance truck, and we could be the maintenance crew that responds. Grab all the stuff off of it when we're doing maintenance on, and then we could send it on its way again, and they would never know.
Look, if someone manages to hack the hopper, more than anything, hack its communications. I could take over the hopper.
We just need to unload it and perhaps look
At
it
the
up
warehouse, we
with
can
something
load it.
else.
Now, the thing is, it gets suspicious if it stops.
That's
That tells
fine.
me one thing. It might be best to unload it while it's still moving.
Yes, exactly. We need to unload
At
it.
the warehouse
while
where we
it's
can
moving.
store all this stuff too. Well, I guess we're gonna do this while it moves.
With that, he kind of turns off the deal. Unless you have any further questions, that concludes my business with you for today.
Thank you.
Should be enough.
Okay.
For now.
Yep, he nods and then he just finishes drink and walks out the door.
All
All
right.
right, we got 3 days to plan this.
That we do.
We have 45 minutes to unload it.
All right. Is there a quieter place I can go to for a minute?
You could always head for like the bathrooms or something.
Sure. I'll head to the bathroom. Where are
Okay.
the bathrooms?
Back up this way.
All right. Hey guys, I'm gonna use the bathroom. Be right back. Yeah.
Be careful.
Okay, so you head up and you get to the door of the bathroom. Knock. You go to open it. It's locked, and then after a few minutes, another gentleman walks out, and then you have access to the bathroom.
Okay. I go in, make sure there's no, like wires or anything like that. That's just the kind of thing he's looking for.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a hard perception check. Unless you're wanting to take your time to do this.
Yeah, I'll take my time.
Okay, so it takes you roughly 6 hours to do the bathroom.
Oh my goodness. Okay, never mind. I'll roll. I'll take 6 hours to fucking.
I was going to say, if you want to thoroughly check a bathroom-sized room for stuff like that, it'll take you roughly 6 hours.
Okay. Let's not take 6 hours. Okay. All right. I'll roll. You said perception?
Yep, hard. 3 purple.
2. Alright.
You
well,
don't see anything that raises your suspicions at all. It looks like a club bathroom.
Alright. Well, I guess it's not too... It could be. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna make a call
Okay.
to Ben.
What's up, Jackson?
Hi, Ben. How you doing?
Good. You do know you're calling a bit late, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know I'm gonna go ahead and put a down payment on my favor.
Oh?
I'm in the club right now and I just got a job. I'd rather not tell you the specifics now. I'd rather tell you that in person, considering I'm in a public place. Well, just know I'll have a surprise for you soon, yeah? And at least in about 3 days, I should have a surprise for you, okay?
Looking forward to it. Now, if you don't mind, I want to get some shut-eye before I have to go and crack some skulls tomorrow.
Sounds fun. Don't have too much fun without me, yeah?
I won't. And
Alright,
he
well.
signs off.
Yep.
Alright, so, Damatea, what are you doing while he's making his call?
Getting another Moscow mule.
Alright, he passes it to you. Nods. So you here to take the some of the ladies home again?
Yep.
Good on you.
How many need to ride tonight?
He looks down at his system. Probably going to be about 5 or so. Not too many.
Can I borrow one of the rides here?
I don't see why not. You can take old Bessie.
Alright. I'll make sure to bring her back.
Yeah, no worries. If she doesn't make it back tonight, that's fine. We'll send somebody to pick it up in the morning as long as you let us know where it's at.
That's fine. Either way, mine is outside, so I'll need to come back for that.
Sounds good. Lorelei, what are you doing?
I am just thinking of what we need to do.
Okay.
Processing information.
So you're kind of planning it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gits, what about you?
I'm gonna lean in to whoever's at the table.
That'd be me.
I'm gonna send you all a link to my address, and I include it in the text message. We can meet up at this location. It's kind of discreet, and no one really knows about it. So it's a warehouse down in the Manta district. So we can meet up there and be someplace we can do our business.
At which point I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna walk away, and I'm gonna meet up with that fellow and
Okay.
help him home.
Okay. Yeah, he
Make
stumbles
sure that
out
he
with
has
you.
Plenty of drinks. Plenty of drinks. Then
Okay. Yeah, he downs enough where he's barely conscious, essentially, walking out with you.
Wow.
perfect. All right. So when we get to his place, I don't want to kill him off, but I'm thinking about. I'm gonna just go ahead and just rob him blind after he gets home.
Okay. Are you going to try and steal his personal credit information, or are you just going to steal what's in his house and run with it?
Personal credit information, and if there's anything I can see that I can lift within the home,
Okay.
then I'll take it to a
Take it
general
off
place
his
to sell.
body. Come on now, he's unconscious.
Well, I'm not gonna take his clothes off his body. At least have a little bit of dignity.
Surely he has an expensive watch on.
He has a few items on his person that look like they might be pretty pricey. A watch,
I'm going
a
back to his
necklace.
house.
Okay. Yeah, you get essentially an Uber back to his place. It's a decent apartment, nothing super fancy. When you walk in, it's not sparse as far as items go, but you can tell a lot of it is just like holographic in nature. He appears to be some
That's
sort
fine.
of office worker.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna sit him down and get him comfortable, and I'm sure he'll probably pass out before anything happens.
Yeah,
And then
he passed out in the Uber. You had to carry him up into the house. Take 2 strain, by the
I
way.
grab his credit thing, and I'm gonna.
Oh,
Yeah, it's fine. I'll take 2 strain, and I'm gonna start to. So I can find my character tab on here. Yeah, I'm gonna rob him blind. How many credits he has on? If he has savings and all that, since I have access to his card,
Okay.
his computer.
As you access his stuff, go ahead and roll me a computer hacking check.
What's the
Easy.
difficulty?
Easy. He's kind of letting you into the system. Okay. You find a couple of stuff on his system. He actually kind of doesn't really password his stuff very well. Not worthy enough to actually do anything. Essentially, you find 50 credits that he has to his name. Apparently, he drank the rest of them tonight.
Asshole. Well, I don't want to be really evil, so whatever. I'll leave a back door to his system, so when he gets paid, I can occasionally pay myself.
Okay.
And
kind
you
of
know
like
what?
description of some sort.
I'm going to bite him on the shoulder to make it look like he did have a good time.
There you go.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna leave with his watch and stuff. I'm hoping to. We just say I get our 50 credits? Stuff like pawn?
You'll have to figure it out and pawn it if you want to actually get the money. I'm
Alright,
not just
well, I'll
gonna
go
say
pawn
it's
it.
worth something yet, and it's late, so you're gonna have to do that in the morning.
Okay.
All right.
Put this down. I got back doors.
All right. So for the remaining 3 in the club, is there anything else you guys would like to do while you're here?
I'm gonna go to Damatea and share the information that a little bit shared with me, and then I'll look for Jackson and share it with him too, unless he's gone.
No, about this time, Jackson, you're done with your call. So are you coming out of the bathroom, or are you staying in there for a longer time?
I'm gonna flush and wash my hands and then get out.
All right. So as you come out, Lorelai kind of beckons you over next to her and Damatea. Go ahead and pass on the information you were going to pass on, Christina.
So the little one has a warehouse that we can meet up in. Here's the information. We'll meet up there later. Maybe in the morning.
Sounds good.
There's the information. And then I will walk out.
All right. I take it you're heading back to your house?
Yes.
Okay. How about for the other 2? Anything else you guys want to do?
I'm waiting for the ladies.
Wow.
And boy, are they waiting for you.
Oh my god.
Well,
I like you more and more.
I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna say goodbye to Damatea, and I'm gonna head out.
All right. So those of you who without rides, you guys essentially catch the rail system heading back into the city that runs 24 hours a day.
Yep.
Damatea, you wait until the club starts to wind down, roughly about midnight. Or, sorry, more like 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, that sounds about more right.
I was thinking about it. It's like clubs never stop at midnight.
No.
Not even on Thursdays.
Not even on Thursdays. They close early in the weekdays, but not much earlier. So around 2 o'clock or so, the lights come on, the patrons are escorted out, and then you start shuttling the girls home.
Alright. Free drinks.
Yeah, pretty much. The whole night, you don't pay for a single drink. All right, so you guys find your way back home. I have no idea where some of you live, so just put yourselves where you live.
You on the right now?
Yep, you should be.
I'm still in the club.
Yep, so the next morning you guys wake up. It's like 10 o'clock ish, give or take. Probably closer to noon for those of you who stayed up late.
I'll go to the meeting spot.
Okay.
I'll head to the meeting spot at. I don't know if I should hit right there or not. Let's see. Yeah, I'll head there, but I'll get a coffee first.
All right, so you stop by a local diner, get a cup of coffee, and then hop the train headed towards Manta District.
Yep.
This is Manta District. Way down here.
Yeah, down there.
Yeah.
All right, so as far... Okay, so you guys all head that way. Where...
You can share my handout with everyone.
I'm going to put you guys in the building. So you guys will be able to see it. Let me do something real quick to the map to get you guys on it. That way you guys can see what you're working with. And it is as blank as it looks. So keep that in mind.
When Acroma pulls up in her...
Another build the base game, Carolina.
I'm going to do the roll-up door for her.
Good Lord.
I'm in the garage.
My bike's going in here.
All right.
Please.
All right.
Well, welcome to my humble abode.
I
You
need
can put
vehicles.
motorcycle wherever you want.
I heard of minimalist, but geez, you take it to a new level, dear.
It's brand new. But I'll get you vehicles. That's not a problem.
It's so bad it echoes. You know, it's so empty that the house that we echo when we talk.
Let me see here. There we go. That's better. There you go. That's better. That's about your size inside this building, roughly.
Huh. Okay. I like the old size. Come on now.
I'm not giving you that much fucking space.
But it's a warehouse.
It's like a cheap chop shop.
This is like an apartment, jeez.
I can only fit like
Is my
one
voice
vehicle
back to normal?
Yes.
and 2 bikes.
Yes.
You could probably fit a car-ish and a bike in here. A couple of bikes with a car. You're not going to fit like a whole hell of a lot in here, but you can fit at least that.
Maybe able to can't even fit a couple of beds in here.
We can always
We
extend
can fit
later.
one couch. We can fit one couch.
Yeah, we can expand eventually.
There. That better? Make you guys a little smaller.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Good.
Make that even, because that's going to drive me nuts if you guys aren't even.
I was about to say.
There we go.
You're not the full size.
That's close enough. It's not going to drive me nuts.
So what's the plan?
Well, we have to figure out how to get to the
Ducks.
cargo first.
Well, I thought we were gonna hack it and download it while it drives.
We could hack in. I mean, you could hack. I suck at hacking.
If we hack in while it's moving, we're gonna need another cargo though.
Yep, we're gonna need another truck.
Those are kind of expensive.
Mm. What
I
if
can
we
see what I can do
truck
to pick
that
one up.
used the other?
I'm sorry?
What happened to the other truck that we used a couple of days ago?
That was a normal truck.
And do we have a hopper? Probably not.
Only my bike.
I can come up with a truck.
You think you can?
I know I can.
Oh, why don't you confident?
I could probably get a normal truck from the club. Don't think they have much hopper vehicles, honestly, though.
No.
I might be able to talk my way into one.
There you go. Have him do it.
Talk you what you want some help doing that?
Couldn't hurt.
Actually, I might be able to look into what the cops have taken as evidence. That might work.
Might work. So we got the routes. We know where they're going. We know what time they're leaving. We know how long we have to unload the truck.
So, before we get started, I think we should probably discuss everyone's strengths and weaknesses.
And what-
Strengths are driving.
Or yeah, we already know your strengths, and we already know. It nods over to Tyson's character, who has a name I cannot remember to save my life right now. We know her skills. I've got negotiation, a little bit of charm, a little bit of deception.
Okay. Just the other day, I convinced a man that I had a special card. It was little more than a washer. I had painted. I sold it to him for 100 credits because he thought because I told him it'd make his computer faster.
Did you use your real name?
I used my nickname.
What is your real name?
You can call me Jackson.
That's not your.
Jackson Hughes, but you can call me Manny.
So how are we gonna do this? Come on now.
Is my voice working?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
We just explained that. We're gonna get a truck. She's gonna drive it. This guy's gonna get the truck with your help. And then we're just gonna pull up and I'm gonna hack it so I can make sure it goes the same speed. And then we're gonna unload it while it drives. And make sure no cameras are watching. That's
So you're
about
gonna
it.
hack
If anything
cameras?
goes to shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to if we're gonna be driving through multiple streets.
That sounds like.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, we might want some
Probably be
tether.
best if I was.
What's that?
Probably be
might
best
want
if I
some-
was on site.
You might want some tethers like the people that used on us yesterday.
Yes.
By the way, do y'all have something to carry heavy crates?
Oh
How good
No.
are y'all at carrying stuff?
I've got some strength, but I'm more of a talky person more than a lefty.
no. Same here.
That's
I'm
why
not that.
I can lift.
I'm not that strong, but I'm good at carrying a bit extra if I need to.
I'm sure the crates aren't that heavy.
Depends how
Oh,
big
no.
the crates are.
And depending how many are in each crate.
And we have 45 minutes to do this.
So we really got to get it. All right. So who's going to be the lookout?
I can do that. It's not a problem.
Okay.
While y'all unload, or where we all unload?
We're gonna need as many hands on as possible while moving
Yeah.
the items.
But we're definitely going to need at least one set of eyes, making sure that we're still good.
Mm-hmm. I can stop occasionally and look to see if we're still good, but we need to make this fast.
if you hack the vehicle in front of us and you hack the lights, the only thing I would have to do is tether our vehicle up. I could probably see about helping to move if we were still tethered for a while.
We could.
Oh, just. I'm sorry?
And
I said we could always, pass from one person to the next,
in like a chain.
and yeah, in a chain.
It could work.
Only
That
so
way-
long as people don't drop stuff.
Right. And if we drop it, we just keep going.
That's a lot of money lost.
I agree, but
We can always just lock it onto the vehicle,
yep,
just like what happened to us.
yep.
Hmm.
Well, on that note, Nick, I'm third thing.
Say what now?
While they're thinking about the rest of the plan, let's see if I can't find a truck that would be large enough to haul everything and keep up. That may be impounded by the police. To see if I can possibly release it because some paperwork was messed up and it ends up in our in some random fake ID name.
It's not like you have someone on the force with you. Sections.
It's up to you
Yeah,
guys how
that's
you
true,
want to
but-
do it. You just tell me, and I'll give you guys the story to follow. That's why I kept my mouth shut while you guys were planning, because this is all on you guys.
He says as he giggles.
Well, I like the plan. I'm curious to see how it's going to go out in execution.
Yeah, you like the plan. We're gonna die.
Well, how do you suppose we get? Oh, sorry.
How do you suppose we go get the vehicle?
Now, I can walk in there a lot better than you. I can scope them out. If I can get the VIN and everything, I could get that to you, see if you can mess with the paperwork.
Okay. Sounds
Biggest
good.
thing is that to make sure that's not something in an open investigation.
Correct. Find one with a cold case.
Yep. If not, there are always auctions.
Yeah, this is true, dear.
I know a shop where we can change our change things.
All right.
Well, we should probably get started on that, and then
We have 3 days. Well,
do you two want to scope out the place while we do that? And the routes to see the best location to do this? Like turn Jackson and Christina's character.
Lorelai.
Yeah, turn Jackson on. Like, do y'all want to scope out the place while we get this vehicle?
We can work on that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Ready to break? That movie come, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, so who's doing what?
Recon for Isaac and myself.
Recon.
Okay, what are you guys reconning specifically?
Yes.
The docks.
Oh, the docks to the where the truck's going to be coming out of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the routes.
Alrighty. So we'll move everybody back to that page, so we're all there.
I'm sorry, I don't have these character names written down. The name is not beneath your picture. But Carolina and I are going to work on getting a vehicle from the police department. She's gonna scope it out and get VIN numbers, and then I'm going to hack in and get it in our name. Or
Or a fake name.
Okay, so I've got Isaac or Lorelai and Jackson surveying the mark, and I've got
Yes.
Gitz and Damatea doing what now exactly?
I'm gonna
I
go
know.
check
We're
out.
gonna.
Checking out the impound for the police, see any vehicles they picked up, find out if any of them are suitable hover vehicles that we can lift these things onto.
Okay.
With the
And
cold
Gitz, are you
steel.
going with her, or are you doing something separate?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll go with her.
Okay. All right, so we'll start with the two
I'm-
going for the truck.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Tyson. You had something, it sounded like.
No. When it's my turn, I got something I want to do.
It's your guys' turn. What's up?
Oh, okay. We're going for the truck. I'm going to, as I walk with Damatea, I'm going to shake my hair, and all my hair will fall out. I'm going to start putting on the disguise so I look differently.
I'm gonna make sure my paperwork's on me
Okay.
and see about calling the beat cop I know, and tell him that I'm thinking about swinging by the state.
Okay.
I'm trying to look older, by the way, Nate.
Okay. Let me ask you this: how are you losing all your hair like that?
The Gmod follicle control that I bought.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. Okay, within hours. Okay, so this is going to take a long time for this to happen. Like you can lose all your
It
hair.
takes a minute. It takes a minute to lose hair. It takes hours to grow it back. So I'm trying to make myself look older, almost like a bald, young military
Okay,
guy.
so take a strain as well for doing this.
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
Make sure your hair is like not just in the city streets, because that'd be.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that in the back alley.
You want me to roll
Merciless.
disguise check, by the way?
Honestly, they don't know what you look like yet already, so it's not gonna change anything if you rolled. So, as you do, essentially you see Gitz come out of said alley, or hell, I don't know, walking down the street, and suddenly, poof, all the hair is gone. And then she starts to slowly change and start to look a little older.
And almost like a tomboy.
I'm assuming you're using the second one, the chameleon skin, for the other bit?
Yes, to help with my disguise.
Okay. All right, so you see like liver, or not liver spots, but spots and stuff appear on the face, etc. Like essentially stuff to make Gitz look older. You guys, I assume, are you taking the bike or are you hopping like a train to head to where you need to go?
Taking a
Oh,
bite.
we're taking the bike.
All right, so Damatea drives, and you guys reach the station fairly quickly. Walking in, the station's fairly busy. Or are you guys walking in to do this, or are you guys like scoping the outside? Like, how are you doing this?
I'm
How
following your
dare
lead.
I come in? How dare I come in without visiting the other regulars? Plus, I might get some scoops.
Okay. So you guys enter into the precinct. It's bustling, not super busy, but definitely see some officers manhandling some people as they throw them into cells, etc., or get paperwork, that sort of deal done. You see one gentleman actually, or one of the officers with the elderly gentleman sketching something, and he looks a little exasperated. As you kind of pass, it looks like it's doodles of a cat, and it looks like the old man is filing a lost cat report, which is kind of apparently something he does often by this guy's demeanor, the officer's demeanor. Eventually, you head to the requisition and inventory section, the S4 section, where you're met by
Very
a...
familiar with this.
Yes, I am. Very unfortunately familiar with this. Where you see this gentleman that looks like he has his sling, like his arm in a sling. Yeah, what do you want?
So I heard something about like the. Honestly, I'm curious. I heard that there was news, a lot of robberies lately. Have you seen any of the vehicles?
He kind of looks at you. Who are you? Haven't seen you before.
Damn it, part-timers. I bring out my paperwork.
He takes it and looks it over. Seems everything's in order. Yeah, we've had a few robberies that we've picked up some vehicles for. We've got all sorts of stuff. What are you needing it for? Got a case you're working on that they use the same kind of vehicles? Dun
You
dun
there,
dun.
Carolina?
She just bounced out. I think she'll... Yep, there she is.
Yeah,
Welcome
her
back.
Connection was bad.
You there?
There we go. Now I can hear something. I hear scratching. Oh, she's gone again.
No.
And she's back. Can't hear anything, but back. Oh, there we go. Now I hear her. Now I don't hear her.
you.
There we go. Now I hear you.
Yeah. Yep, we hear you.
Well, we did.
Alright, so what was the
So he kind of looks at you, gets the paperwork, and says, "We got all sorts of vehicles that were impounded due to stolen. You'll have to be more specific what you're looking for."
other vehicles? They were. There's an implication that some of them might have been in some other crimes or in another.
So, what does this got to do with my vehicles?
I'm just wondering if any of them match the description we have.
Okay, and what description do you give them?
Dark gray cargo, hover cargo, has some blue lines on the side. Maybe some scratches on the right. It looked like it had cracked something, possibly.
Okay. He starts kind of scrolling through his stuff. Got something kind of. And he kind of flips his screen around to show you. This what you're looking for? Shows a vehicle very similar to kind of what you described. Instead of scratches, it has big old gashes on the side from where it apparently hit some concrete barrier or other.
Looks just like. You mind if I go scope?
He kind of looks at you and he's like, "Joey, we got another cop from another district needing to look at that fucking truck again." And you see this kind of bouncy younger officer come out. I don't mind helping you. Come on back. And you hear the door buzzer, and the door opens for you, and you see the guy just kind of flip open his pad, and a virtual paper appears in front of him as he starts to read.
Okay.
Don't mind Carlos. He just got into a pretty nasty wreck. That's why his arm's all banged up. Doctor says he should heal in about a couple of more days, but he's kind of a stingy bastard, so he didn't buy or didn't get the proper medical stuff that he needed.
Yeah, because he hadn't had a shower in a week.
You're not there.
Couple
Shush.
more days ain't very long at all. He'll be okay.
The guy kind of looks at you and he's like, damn! Okay. So, you wanted to look at evidence tag A37B56. Easy enough. And he leads you into kind of this warehouse where you have a whole bunch of different stuff. Essentially, the picture like a lot of like those really tall metal racks filled with like cardboard boxes that are alphabetized and numerically alphabetized too. And as you get further in, you start to see vehicle bays and stuff, and eventually you guys come to the truck that you described. So here's the one you were looking at. Did you need something specific off of it, or kind of what are you looking for?
Honestly, I can't really remember too much. Just trying to gather some info from it. Probably from the gashes too. Hey, can you look around the other side? Tell me if you see anything. I say to
Gets.
my name's Gibbs.
Yeah, I can do that. Oh.
Alright, so you wander to the other side and you guys begin kind of inspecting the vehicle. This bouncier officer he leans up against like the thing, but you can see him drumming his fingers on his arm. Apparently he's got a lot of energy that he wants to use, but apparently he's been assigned here, and you're not entirely sure why, because generally this is the kind of energy you'd want for a beat cop. But he just he acts like he's trying not to watch you, but you can tell he's like watching to see what you're doing, because he's trying to learn from it.
You not been here too
I'm
long?
gonna pull up. While she distracts him, I'm gonna pull up my pad.
Okay.
Take down the VIN number and see if I can't access it. Maybe get a boost because I'm inside the police department itself.
Okay, are you trying to access the police system, or are you trying to access the hopper?
I'm going to try to access the... I don't know, which would be a better route. Changing the VIN number, or I want to see if I can't get this transaction to shift to us. You know, she said we're from our police department.
Right.
We already filed the paperwork upstairs to say that it should be now released to us.
Okay. So to go through
You know what I'm
usual
saying?
channels for that, it's going to take a couple of days. So if you're actually wanting to...
That's why I want to hack in and make it go faster.
Okay, so you're going to need to go through the police department itself.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a... let's see here, for a police system. It's going to be a hard computer hacking check.
Alright, well, I'm going to try. I'll go ahead and roll.
Alright, go for it.
Let's see if I can at least access the system. Hopefully not fuck it all up. Here we go, guys. Well, it's only 3 purples. It ain't that bad. At least not big wig.
Yeah, good luck. Nope.
Okay, so you try to access the system, and no. Unfortunately, their servers are fairly encrypted.
2 purples, XX. Alright. I'm going to make sure he's still distracted by...
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
by my partner here.
So to answer your
I'll
question,
try.
go ahead, Damatea.
Hey, are you good at skullduggery?
Yeah.
You think you can forge paperwork?
I sure can. Oh, sorry, wait. You're not. Yeah, I can forge some paperwork. You want me to forge some paperwork? Well, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good idea. I will pull up the paperwork and forge the paperwork in the office guy's name.
Oh, Carlos.
50 credits is too short, man.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a computer hacking. This one is going to
What's
be,
difficulty?
let's see, average. Since you have
Yay!
Damatea to get you the paperwork you'd needed to actually fake it. All right, so you managed to.
All right, you want me to roll skullduggery?
No, because it's all of this stuff's going to be on the computer. You're not going to actually have like legitimate papers that
Okay,
you give.
okay.
This all is on your pads. So
Got it.
yeah, you essentially you get in, and you have created the fake requisition and transfer paperwork. The only issue is now you need to get the codes from that are Carlos's specifically, which means you have to get into the police network or
Well, I
wherever
have a
he keeps
backdoor
them.
in his system so I can get his info.
You don't have Carlos's. You have the guy from the club, and he's not an officer.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to do some... Yeah, we can do Carlos's, fine. So I got to roll that hard again to get into the...
Yep.
Okay. Come on, hot money. Hopefully I don't get two... With two X's.
Okay, yeah, you managed
There
to
we
get
go.
into the system. Essentially, you see 4 different nodes. You have the officer data, which is going to be all of the files that every officer in the precinct has. You see reports, which would be just the basic reports, etc., that they file. You also see, you see closed and open. Those are 2 separate groups on the system. The other bit you see for the
Right.
4th and final one is evidence, digital evidence. So those are the 4 main deals you find on their network.
So digital evidence, like not physical evidence.
We're talking like camera footage and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'll stay away from that. I'm searching for whichever one.
So you're
Have
going
the
to need the
best,
officer. You're going to need the officer paperwork. That'd be where they'd keep all the stuff you need.
All right, I'm gonna go there.
All right. So as you try to enter that spot, you are met by a ice, obviously. Essentially, what stands before you appears to be some form of like Robin Hood-esque looking program. It clasps a bow, so go ahead and roll the break ice action.
Oh God, it's really important to the group, so I would like to use a story point.
That's
How do I
fine.
do it again?
Just do
Something
exclamation mark Destiny and then L, space L between Destiny
That's
and
right.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
I got 8.
All right. So as you go forward,
Well, is it an ice break? Is it if it's a barrier? I have
it's not a
available to
barrier.
me.
It's
barrier.
it's a sentry ice.
I got 8.
Okay. So as you step forward, metaphysically, the archer shoots an arrow, and you catch it, crushing the arrow in your hand. Unfortunately, when it does, one of your icebreakers, and you'll have to send me a list of which ones you have. That way I can tell you which one it
I
is.
only have 2.
Which 2 are they?
A Crypsis, and I have a
What's the other one?
battering ram and a Crypsis.
Okay. As it does, looking down to your right, you see your medieval battering ram program, the icebreaker,
Mhm.
takes a little bit of damage from the ice. So it has been damaged one step.
Oh.
Aw.
Okay.
Oh, disregard, it's been damaged 2 steps.
Boo-hoo.
Other than that, you get
Alright,
in,
so I get
and you
in.
suddenly see an array of officers with their pictures, their actual number that they use for their reports. You see how long they've been at the precinct, like this whole 9 yards of information.
Alright. I'm gonna choose somebody who is retired, who just retired, maybe like a day ago or two.
Go ahead and roll me a die 100. And then as you do, or before you do, give me high or low.
You just cut out. What do I need to roll?
Die 100, tell me high or low.
Let's go high.
Okay, roll me that die 100.
Lord.
A
Okay, and you said let's go high?
Yep.
Okay, you happen to find the perfect person. He just retired, and so you have his police number, and it looks like his account is still active at the moment. It looks like it's set up to be removed here in the next day or so.
Alright, well, I'll go ahead and do my thing with the car paperwork.
Okay,
Transfer it over into Demetra?
Damatea.
Damatea.
Damatea's. I'll switch over to Damatea's name. You know what? No, I'm gonna put it into my fake ID name.
Yep.
I'm not gonna fuck
They
away.
actually have it under my name, because I'm actually associated with the police.
Alright, well then I'll put it in your name.
Okay, so you have it where the vehicle is owned by your fake name, or that it's being transferred to an officer, badge number, blah, 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 with this name.
I've transferred it to Damatea's name that she has full rights to do with it.
Okay.
Whatever
Based
she
off
wants.
of this officer's blah 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 credentials. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you forge up the document. It, as far as you can tell, it looks good.
Okay. I back out of the system.
Okay.
And I will walk around the corner and
we're here to get the vehicle. Right, boss? I mean, all the paperwork. This is the vehicle. The VIN number matches and everything.
It is. So does this gash. I say as I'm looking. It matches just like what the photo said. It. By the way, you're rather springy over there. You've not been here very long.
I just joined the force about a week ago. Got through the training and everything.
Very nice. It's always nice to see new people, new blood.
It's good to be here.
Are
I
they
can't
helping
wait to
put you out
serve.
on the beat?
I'm not entirely sure. I was supposed to be a beat cop, and that's kind of what I want to be, because that's what my father was before me. But they stuck me back here for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, you know what? If you want a better job, I hand him a phone number to get a hold of me.
Okay.
Just send me a
on.
message. I'm always looking for good guards and so forth. I got a warehouse down in the Mana District. I could always use extra hands. Pays well. Just let me know.
Okay. See if you can send me a message on my pad. I'll see if I can route your name to my superiors at my police station. See if we can try to transfer you over under my recommendation. See how you do in a vehicle. If you handle it well, you might be able to become a beat cop.
He kind of looks at you with tears of joy in his eyes. I'll definitely do that. And he forwards you his information. He also gets the information from Gets. That way he can have multiple options, because it looked like he was thinking his career might not be going so well.
Poor kid.
So at that point, you guys have the paperwork. What would you guys like to do now?
We're gonna go bother Carlos.
All right.
See if he can open up the garage so that we can take it out.
Alrighty, so you head up to Carlos. As he sees you coming up, Junior in tow. So everything where you need it.
Turns out it's just the vehicle we were looking
Hooray!
for. Hooray. Yeah, people will stop asking about this one. Could you pass them over?
Here you go, Carlo. Paper. All the information.
Okay, so you send it to him. You
Transfer the data. Yep.
Okay, send it to him. He looks it over. Everything looks to be in order. And what he does is he flicks you something back on his pad, and you see essentially the access code to get onto the hopper. That way you can actually start it up and drive it.
All right. So will garage be open so I can take it out?
He presses a button. You hear a low rumbling. It is now.
All right, thank you.
That sounds like security.
Right.
It's not hard to slip into this.
As I leave, I pat the younger cop on the shoulder. I'll make sure to mention you to my superiors.
Much appreciated. And you hear a and you see Carlos like running his finger up his nose, up and down his nose. But he doesn't actually like look over at you guys. And you see the junior guy kind of glare at him.
Yeah, he did. Like, call me brown nose.
As far
Should've put
if
Carlos's
you're
name on it.
Carolina, if you're talking about the actual code to access the hopper, just write down hopper access codes or truck or cargo hopper access codes, and that'll be good enough.
All right. But also, I need those
Alright.
deeds for the young cop.
I'll get them to you here in a second. I'm keeping notes, and I'll make sure that you get the information you need in a handout.
Yeah.
Okay.
More people. More people.
All right. Are we done with our group?
Yeah, you guys are done. You got your truck, so
Okay.
you've got your part of the mission.
Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna go.
Go ahead,
Go.
Tyson. Go ahead.
Think he went.
Okay.
Do something.
Okay, so Lorelai and Jackson, as the other two kind of rocket off on the motorcycle, how do you guys want to get to the actual like warehouse district where this vehicle is coming out of?
We'll have to take the train. What do you say?
Sounds good.
Stop yawning.
I'm sorry.
Pope Jackson. Storm it. You had a good night's sleep.
I guess.
All right, so you get.
The district.
All right, so you guys make it to the district, where you guys find a good spot to kind of watch the comings and goings of the vehicles. Unfortunately, there's not necessarily going to be an easy way to hop the truck before it takes off, as this place has quite a few security cameras and there is personnel everywhere. As you guys kind of watch, it is just stupid busy.
I'm going to like take selfies, and as I take selfies, I'm going to take pictures of the warehouse itself, or have him take pictures of me with the warehouse behind us so they could see pictures and stuff of the cameras and everything.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, as you guys are taking pictures, you guys are actually approached by some of the security because you're fairly close doing this to their facility. What are you doing?
The lighting's really good here. I can't pass up a really good light.
Wait,
I'm-
what kind of camera? Is this just a regular, like, phone camera, or does they have,
Unless you guys went and bought a special actual monocam.
No.
This is like a pad camera. Like picture your cell phone camera.
Yes.
alright.
Gotta get the mood when it's right. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to
Yeah,
ask
what?
you to leave. This is a restricted area, and you are far too close to the shipping lanes.
Oh, goody.
Shipping line. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. Didn't know this area was off limits.
I didn't see any signs.
The guard points to a couple of signs that are like legitimately not that far from where you're at.
An orange.
He literally points them out, and you just see him you know he does this a lot because he's just like again. He's like,
Right, mate. Right.
again, I have to ask you to leave. This is an area that is dangerous for you. So, if you don't mind.
Why is it dangerous?
He literally like starts moving towards you, arms out, not touching you, but escorting you.
So rude.
Some of these trucks could very easily drop some cargo, and your poor head would be underneath.
Ah.
It's happened before.
Oh.
So I
Fair
need
enough.
you to stay well past that sign, preferably, and he points probably 500 meters or 500 feet past it, right there.
All right. Fine.
He escorts you past the signs and then watches as you guys either walk that way or leave, whatever it is you're going to do.
You want to leave?
Let's see. How many photos do we have?
You guys probably got, before he showed up, some decent photos of one side of the warehouse, because this isn't a small building. This is
No.
like a hub, so it's a large facility. You guys got some decent photos of one side, but essentially you came out with maybe 20 photos if you're rapid snapping.
Yeah, he was, I'm sure, rapid snapping.
Yeah.
So you guys had some time, but to actually get what you guys were needing, you didn't have enough time for that.
Okay.
Gotcha. Is there any possible way to try to go through another area?
If you wanted to try, you literally have your pick of where you'd like to come at this building. Picture like an airport, but with no runways. And we're talking like area between, like where actual like people drive, and then where this facility is, because these trucks have to be able to come out and then like lift up and go into the flow of traffic. So the best way, just picture an airport just in a square instead of a rectangle.
So I say we go around the building and do this more stealthily this time.
Mm-hmm. Also, we could try to see if we can talk our way through, like maybe a lower guy on the food chain. See if we can.
Get a tour of the place.
Yeah. Or I could try to talk our way around. I've done it before many times. Loads of fun.
Well, then let's try that. I mean, we got several pictures.
Well, yeah, we just need to find someone who, one, probably won't know any better. Two, doesn't have that high of a pay grade that they wouldn't really take their job too seriously, or at least not too seriously enough for us to not let us in. So yeah. So
We
probably.
have we tried to perhaps be an inspector of the building?
Maybe we would.
OSHA.
HIPAA. You guys have HIPAA and OSHA.
Yeah, they probably
Right.
still do exist.
Yep, both of those actually still exist because you guys, and they would be here in this city because this is an American city.
All
Hooray!
Right, we just need IDs.
Oh.
Our ID person's not here right now.
If
You can
only
always
someone
call-
had their pad details.
And radios.
Yeah, I will send a message to Gits
Okay.
saying a few IDs.
Okay, so you get a phone call from Lorelei talking about how they need some IDs from OSHA so that they can do an inspection of the building.
Fuck.
If
OSHA?
you don't mind, Peter.
OSHA.
Oh god. Well, I'll try. I'm walking my dog, so I don't have access to my voice. But yes, in a long fuck me, I'll try.
Oh, don't worry, I have your character sheet, so I can at least tell you what you need to roll if you don't already have it memorized.
I have it memorized. You know me.
That's true.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Let's have you roll a daunting computer hacking check to create this.
Oh my god. Well, someone wants to roll 2 yellow and a green.
Carolina, you do it.
Alright.
And 4 purple. So 2 yellow, a green, 4 purple.
I mean, I have a chance.
Yeah, you do.
I don't want to do. I don't want to do any more Destiny.
2 yellow, a green, and 4 purple?
Yeah,
Yep. I was going to say, you can use the Destiny boss. Nobody else is using it.
I guess I could.
Oh, you kind of should have.
Well, it mattered. I would not have beat. I mean, I'll try one more time. I got 2 advantages, so I'll give myself a blue, and I'll use the Destiny this time.
Okay, go for it. So 3 yellows, 2 blues, you said?
Yeah.
2 blues, 4 purples. So 3 yellow, 2 blues, 4 purple.
I have a chance. If you, I
How
hope
many blues?
2.
to.
B.
Is it B? Okay.
It's B for blue.
And it's
2
S.
yellow.
It's 3 yellow, 2 blues, and 4 purples.
3 yellow, 2 blue, 4 purple.
Yep, that is correct.
Oh.
Alright,
oh.
so you create some badges and send them back.
Now we're gonna be fucked. You don't know that?
Oh my god, seriously? Wow,
Yep.
Just wow.
Alright, so you guys receive some badges back from Gits.
The
Alright.
hacking went too well for too long.
Alright, we'll at least attempt this.
Alright, so you guys wander to the into the office,
Yes.
or to the reception area anyway, wearing badges, etc. The receptionist kind of looks at you. Yes, can I help you?
Hi there. Yeah. We're here. Inspection.
Inspection for...
You know, just safety stuff. We're from OSHA. You know.
Can I see your badges,
Hold up, I
please?
got something to say.
Go for it.
I got something to say. So if I don't make it into the system, I obviously would not give them bad badges. Now, if we were rolling like
This
all
wasn't
the
to get into the
blues
system,
and-
boss. This was literally just to create
Oh.
badges. To get into the OSHA system, I would have had you roll 5 purples. Because that's a government agency.
Yeah, no, we're just pretending.
You
we're
were
not-
just
Wouldn't
building
it be more of a
badges.
scope? Okay.
In this...
God.
It'll be funnier this way. Don't worry. It'll work out. All right. So anyway,
Yeah.
We got this.
can I see your badges, please?
I,
Or the budget.
I flash a badge.
Okay. She literally takes the pad, kind of swipes it because the OSHA badges have to have the barcode for them to swipe.
Right. Yes.
Just one moment. Let me go grab my manager. He'll be able to help you out a little better than I would. And so she walks
We're gonna get
through the door,
arrested.
and it takes a few minutes, and a gentleman shows up. Now, what are you here for? Sorry,
Hi.
she was my receptionist here wasn't extremely clear.
We just here to do a few inspections.
Can I see your badges, please?
Get a roll of negotiation.
Are you gonna try and bribe him?
Well,
Don't
yeah.
agree. Don't agree.
Go ahead and roll me a charm to see if you can bribe him.
All right, yeah. I'd much
how,
rather.
how much are you planning on bribing him with?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to charm him first. See if there's at least a chance.
Charming him in this is gonna be the bribe.
Okay.
He doesn't know you, so you can't charm him. You've tried your hand with the deception of the badges.
Can I
I
help
need to get to
him?
roll for that.
Well, that's because Tyson built your badges.
Yes.
So,
Can I
Alright.
help him with this?
can you do what now?
Help him with this.
Sure. How much money are you wanting, or what? I guess I should say, what are you guys offering him at this point?
I'll toss down 200.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me a hard charm check.
Anyone else? You want to toss in some money for this?
I'll toss him a little.
Okay.
Another 200.
Okay. Make it an average check, and you get a boost with your roll.
Heck yeah.
Fake.
And he's average. Hey, yeah.
As you kind of come forward, you swipe some money, you swipe your funds towards him. He takes a look at it, looks back at the secretary. It looks like they just had some really crappily made badges. They'll just have to let their supervisors know when they get back. And he kind of,
Mate, sorry.
he
Please,
kind of is like,
Later,
When
Dad.
they did a job that didn't recognize that they were bad.
he's like, let me give you the tour just to make sure that you don't have any more issues.
Thank you. I
Like,
appreciate
cheers, mate.
I'll grab his elbow.
Okay. He essentially offers it out. And when you guys get kind of around the corner and he leads you into the break room to give you guys the rundown of the facility, he kind of looks at you and is like, so why the hell are you actually here? Because you're not OSHA. That much is certain. Especially you. And he points towards Jackson. You are not even dressed anywhere close. You, on the other hand, miss, might. I recommend if you're going to try this trick, you might want to try suits. Usually
that
works a
would-
little bit better. And then
You're right.
get
It's
actual
casual.
badges.
I'll have to have a talk with his friends.
Wicked babies.
Well, we wanted to check out the facility to see if we could perhaps use your services at one point in time.
Lady, we ship all over, everywhere. If you needed that, you can look us up online.
Yes, but the tour of the factory, the tour of the warehouses would be so much better. It would give us maybe that little nudge that we needed.
Roll a charm check to see if he's charmed by this.
And what's the difficulty?
For this one, it's going to be a hard.
3 purple?
3 purple. Jesus, he looks at you, and you can see that he's trying very, very hard to be kind of a hard ass. But eventually it just kind of cracks as you see his eyes start to drop just a little lower than where your eyes are at.
I'll give him a wink and like rub, put my.
Use your feminine wiles.
Yes.
There we go.
We,
PG rating.
we on a whole night tonight.
Apparently. Oh, we got the hacker like giving fake blowjobs, and now we've got the other one. All right, this is fun. All right, so his eyes kind of wander, and he's like, fair enough. And then you see him kind of perk up. I mean, it does give you the chance to meet me, and he gives you a wink. Keep in mind, this guy is kind of fat looking and not the greatest looking.
Doesn't matter. Get what I want.
Truer gold digger words have never been spoken. All right. He looks at you. He's like, fair enough. We'll give you the tour, m'lady. And he passes out his arm.
She'll take his arm again.
And he starts to give you guys the tour of the warehouse. As you guys go, he recommends that you pull out your pads and pretend like you're noting stuff, because when OSHA comes, they actually like make.
We're gonna be noting stuff whether we're pretending or not.
Right. He doesn't know what you're doing.
His handrail is not properly secured.
Yeah, pretty much the whole 9 yards. As they walk through, he eventually gets to a point where he can't go any further because he's not high enough ranked in the company here. But he gives you guys enough to go off of where if you guys wanted to try and get into the facility, you possibly could. Though, based on what he has been telling you, apparently this shipment hub works day and night. They have technically 4 different crews that work it. Mm-hmm. And there's really not any downtime unless they are like fixing the bay that they need to fix, or a truck that needs fixing, whatever. That's really the only downtime this stuff sees it, is when they need to fix something. Other than that, it's a 24-hour job, 7-day-a-week job.
Must suck. Have no vacation at all.
Oh, we get a little bit of vacation time now and then. It's just, unfortunately, a lot of the floor, and he motions towards like the employees picking up the boxes and loading them onto trucks or on pallets, whatever. Unfortunately, they're more part-timers, so they don't get that. Now, if you're in my position, you get about 2 weeks of vacation every year. It's not so bad.
Well, that's always a good thing, perhaps.
But anyway, this takes a couple hours, too, by the way, to tour this facility. It's massive.
Yes.
So, by the end of it, you guys have gotten a pretty good look at least the bays and some of the offices, that sort of deal. You haven't seen a lot of like the really higher up portions of the building, but you've seen at least the shipping areas.
All right.
So, anyway. What next?
It was lovely to meet you, and I appreciate it. And I look to Jackson and go, is there any questions you would have for this gentleman?
Isaac, that's you, boss.
Okay. Sorry.
No worries.
Smack him awake.
Don't worry, we're almost done.
Can you repeat yourself, please?
I said, are there any questions you have for this gentleman? I did not catch your name.
The name is John.
Very basic.
It's common, I know, but it's what my mother wanted, so.
Well, is he a natural?
He looks to be a natural, yes.
John's a pretty natural name.
And what is yours, my good lady?
Esmeralda.
go ahead and roll a. Oh no, he's already smitten with you. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's good to meet you, Esmeralda. And he essentially flicks something towards your pad for you to accept. Here's my number. If you ever wanted to go out on the town.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Perhaps I'll look you up soon.
So anyway, let me escort you both out of the facility, and you have a pleasant evening. And he leads you out.
All right. Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
Yep. And as you walk away, you get the feeling that he has his eyes firmly glued to your ass.
Yeah. I just walk a little more with a sachet.
Wiggle those hips.
Yep.
All right,
Bye,
so
guys.
at that point, you guys have you guys have checked out the building. It's about that time where Gitz and Damatea are bringing the truck back to the warehouse. So I'm assuming you guys are going to reconnoiter and kind of go over what you guys have got, and that's where we'll actually end it for tonight, because it is getting late, and I wanted to end like an hour ago.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I didn't know how long it'd take for the setup, so that's perfectly fine. So,
What'd you think of us?
all right. So, good role playing, everybody. 10 XP for being here at the session and good role playing.
Yay. We have 20 total now.
Yep. Don't spend it all at once. Or in the same places. I have got all of the notes for tonight's session. You guys, pretty much all of you, expect to find some sort of handout next session.
Cool.
Also, make sure you guys are checking the group handouts as well. There are going to be stuff in there as well, but those might periodically be removed. So if something you saw there was actually, what I'll do is I'll just mark when what session it was put in. That way you guys know what's new and what's not. Other than that, do you guys have anything for me that you need?
Not that I'm aware of.
Nope, just give me that young officer's name later and I'll see about working that story.
Alrighty. So,
Yeah.
alrighty. So next session will be again next Tuesday. Same time, so 6 p.m. Mountain Standard. If you guys have anything you would like to do in between sessions, just IM me or get with me. Preferably, I'll probably have you IM me regardless. Let me actually turn off the